Well, House Speaker Pelosi downplaying concerns that a dozen Democrats might not agree to the Senate's health care bill.
But just what kind of pressure is she putting on members to actually get it done, and is it right? We have a fair and balanced look from Congressman Shadegg, Republican of Arizona, and Peter Welch, Democrat from Vermont. Welcome to you both, and Representative Welch, I'll take it to you first. Are you feeling pressure, and how do you feel about the bill?
Well, I'm a supporter of passing health care, and in fact, I'm not feeling pressure because I'm a supporter, and I'm encouraging my colleagues to join me in supporting it. You know, the bottom line is there's been a lot of focus on the process, and it's an incredibly difficult one. But this country and this Congress has to have the confidence to face directly the major questions confronting the country, and health care is one. So if this is the way we have to move ahead, my view is let's go. We have to make progress in making health care affordable and accessible to all Americans.
Well, Shadegg, we're hearing again of these backroom deals. One congressman who had voted no originally is now on the fence because his brother allegedly was given a judgeship that might have influenced his opinion. Is that kind of backroom deal proper in a country like ours?
Absolutely not. And there's intense pressure here, and it's only going to get worse. One of the things that I think is going to be difficult for many thinking Democrats is that under the structure of what they propose to do, they have to pass the Senate bill exactly as the Senate bill passed the Senate, which means it will have the Cornhusker kickback in it, it will have the Louisiana Purchase in it, it will have the special fix for Ben Nelson and Medicare Advantage customers in Florida. It has at least 11 different special deals in it, which they'll have to vote for, hoping that the Senate will fix later. And then now we begin to learn that the pressure comes anew, that people are getting appointments. There's an issue of whether or not someone's getting an appointment to be Secretary of the Navy. I think the American people don't want to see legislation written that way. But I do agree with Peter that we should be dealing with reforming health care. Unfortunately, what we need to do is to bring down the cost of health care. And there's no evidence that this bill is going to bring down the cost of health care for individual Americans. That's the concern I have and a lot of Americans have.
Representative Welch, do you feel, and if so, how does it bring down the cost?
Well, the CBO is the referee. John and I can argue back and forth, but the arbiter here, the umpire, is the CBO, and they score the bill as bringing down the cost of health care by $100 billion. Now, I agree with him on the process things. None of those are what people, let me just finish, want. But the fundamental question is, are we going to accept the status quo, which is really the alternative, with WellPoint in California boosting rates about 40%, driving people and businesses, incidentally, into the pavement. So my view, we've got to move ahead, and the substance is what's important here.
The substance is important. Yeah, the substance is important, and the amazing thing is that in this bill, the president proposes, and Democrats in Congress propose, to force every single American to buy insurance from the current insurance companies that have failed to deliver cost-effective insurance right now. The individual mandate and the business mandate compel you and I to buy the product of the insurance companies that are failing us right now. That is not going to bring down cost. It's not going to force them to compete. And the CBO does not say the cost of insurance will come down. The CBO makes a contention that overall government spending will come down, although that's based on 10 years of income and only 7 years of outlay. That kind of math is what the American people, I think, are a little tired about the way Washington works.
And here's where I disagree with John. If you're going to start bringing your cost of insurance, you have to stop being forced to pay for the cost shift for all those 45 million Americans who are showing up at my hospital and yours and getting free care. When you show up in Vermont, you get taken care of, but $1,100 of your bill on your insurance policy is paying for uncompensated care. So we have to decide, as a country, do we want to have a system where all of us are going to be covered, all of us are going to help pay, and then we can begin making rational decisions about changing the delivery system to reward value, not fee-for-service based volume.
And we're not doing fee-for-service right now, and I think we can cover all Americans and bring down cost by bringing some level of competition into an area where there is no competition. Think about it. This is the only place in the American marketplace, and you guys look at the American marketplace every day, where there really is no competition. I can't buy their product because the tax code says if I buy it as an individual, I have to buy it with after-tax dollars. What we need to do is empower individuals to do what they can do with auto insurance or life insurance or any of the others.
Got to leave it at that, guys. We started with Welch, we end with Shadegg. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Good to see you both.
Thank you.